Now, in a landscape where environmental consciousness is rapidly becoming a key differentiator, demonstrating a commitment to sustainable practices is no longer a luxury but a necessity.
Outside, there are also two kinds of benefits. It's the benefits going globally. 50% of manufacturing exported are by SMEs.
Many SMBs, they might perceive ISO certification as a complex and a very time-consuming process. Tell us, Shirley, how does GreenMark simplify the process and minimize the time and resources that are required to SMEs to achieve the ISO
14001
2015 certification?
14001 is very popular elsewhere, all over the world. And when you have it, you really have this competitive advantage of being able to prove sustainability. You absolutely need sustainability credentials.
If you're a small to medium-sized business owner looking to gain a competitive edge while demonstrating your commitment to the environment, then ISO 14001 certification can unlock new opportunities. Welcome to the CanadianSME Small Business Podcast, where we delve into the strategies and solutions that empower Canadian SMBs to not only succeed but thrive responsibly. Today, we're focusing on critical and increasingly important aspect of modern business, which is sustainability and environmental certification, and how it directly impacts small and medium-sized businesses. Now, in a landscape where environmental consciousness is rapidly becoming a key differentiator, demonstrating a commitment to sustainable practices is no longer a luxury but a necessity. And a recent study shows that consumers are increasingly making purchasing decisions based on a company's environmental impact, and businesses are recognizing the tangible benefits of adopting sustainable practices, from cost savings to enhanced brand reputation. Joining us today is Shirley Segev, the CEO of GreenMark Environmental Inc. She transitioned from a successful 20-year marketing career with multinational corporations to environmental sustainability. And her focus became the ISO 14001 Environmental Management System certification, recognizing its high value and potential benefits for Canadian SMEs. And she addressed the challenges SMEs face to adopt the system, which are time, money, and know-how. And by using her innovative expertise to make the ISO 14001 EMS as attainable for businesses at all times. And her mission is to empower SMEs to enjoy the same significant benefits that larger corporations gain from certifications to the Canadian and international standard easily and affordably. So without further ado, let's welcome our guest, Shirley. Shirley, we're very pleased to have you on the show today. How are you?
Thank you. And I do appreciate it, because these times of turbulence in business, some people say environmental is a luxury. But ironically, it isn't. It is very important for right now, because we're talking a lot about market diversification.
Right.
And without us knowing, working on this for so long, here is the tool for marketing diversification, because ISO 14001 is the global standard and the Canadian standard. It's very popular in other markets, in Europe, in Asia, in other markets than the US. And big companies have it. They take advantage, and medium and small don't.
They don't.
So here it is, made available to you at the right time.
That is amazing, and we can't wait to delve deeper into this as well. Now, surely ISO 14001 certification, it offers numerous benefits for SMEs, extended beyond just environmental compliance. Could you please elaborate on the key advantages that SMBs experience through ISO 14001 certification, especially focusing on cost savings, gaining a competitive advantage, and really achieving improved environmental performance?
So if we talk about benefits, the certification itself is a huge benefit in two ways, and it's outside of the company. There are two kinds of benefits. There are benefits outside, and there are benefits inside. Outside, there are also two kinds of benefits. It's the benefits going globally. 50% of manufacturing exported are by SMEs. And the other one is within Canada, as we are expanding internal market. what we can see is that there still is what's called RFPs, requests for proposals from government and bigger corporations in the supply chain, asking SMBs for sustainability credentials. And there's no better credential than ISO 14001.
Mm-hmm.
It's the global and Canadian standard. It's the gold standard of sustainability. So as you move inside the company, the benefits for small companies in a way are bigger than for big, because small companies don't have money and don't have time. And what the standard does, it helps you be more efficient. It helps you reducing costs, and it helps you organize. Many SMEs have never had a system. This system, for the first time, they do have a system, and they feel so empowered by that.
Mm-hmm.
So what we did was to remove those challenges. And the idea is for SMEs to be able to do it fast without a lot of expense, without a lot of time. And we worked very hard and made this possible so that it's online.
Mm-hmm.
The system is very streamlined, very easy to do. You do the onboarding, and we do it in an hour online with the company.
Right.
And then the other pieces of it, and I can, whenever you like, explain more about what the system actually does, the nitty-gritty of what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, those are some compelling benefits, Shirley, and thank you for breaking that down for us. It's quite clear that sustainability can be a strategic asset for SMEs. Now, in today's market, demonstrating environmental responsibility can significantly impact customer trust and loyalty. Shirley, tell us, how does ISO 14001 certification help SMEs build that trust with customers and partners, and how does it contribute to enhancing their brand reputation and marketing positioning?
So within the system itself, it shows you and helps you to do actions and be sensitive to what's going out there, and to prove that you are doing it very easily. And customers can see, partners can see that. It's open publicly. You have to put your policy out there. And your certification. So it really builds trust, and it shows that you're serious. And all of a sudden, SMEs are also very professional businesses. They also feel that.
Mm-hmm.
It gives them a confidence that they simply exhibit and use, and it's very beneficial. They themselves say, this is great.
Great. That is amazing. I mean, from what we understand is that ISO 14001 isn't just about compliance. It's really about being a strategic advantage. And for Canadian SMEs, I think it means cost savings, means stronger trust, and a competitive advantage in today's eco-conscious market. Now, Shirley, let's explore GreenMark online, how it helps businesses communicate their commitment to sustainability. Because GreenMark Environmental Inc., ladies and gentlemen, it is making ISO 14001 2015 certification significantly more accessible and affordable for you all. And it is quite a game changer for many businesses that are out there listening today. Can you detail GreenMark's streamlined process for ISO 14001 2015 certification, and what specific aspects make it more easier and more affordable for businesses compared to the traditional certification routes?
So let me say first what ISO 14001 is.
Correct.
So the first standard that was done was the 9000, which was way back. And the second standard was the ISO 14001 that was launched in 1996.
Okay.
And all the big companies basically adopted it, seeing the value of it. But surprise, surprise, for smaller companies, it was much more difficult because it required basically more time. They're not used to complexity. You had traditionally big firms doing engineering, and it just didn't work. So there are basically out there ISO 14001 very diluted programs that show you that you can do it, but really the certification is key. So it's not only compliance, but it is also compliance. Mm-hmm. So to be certified, you have to comply with the ISO 14001 all of the requirements. So we made sure that whoever gets the certification properly complies with the standard. Um, Let me tell you how it works. So there is an onboarding of the system where you put some information easily, just basically fill in with us. We do it together online. Fill in information about the company. Then basically, after general information, there's a very specific ISO way that is ingenious of helping companies be compliant. So it's looking at the activities of a company, how these activities that you do, whatever it is, how these activities impact the environment. So it's usually simple. So the formula is, what do you take from the environment? Raw materials, all kinds of resources, gasoline, water, whatever. You put down your activities. And then ISO gives you, in this formula, what's the impact on the environment? So basically, you can do two things. You can create air pollution, water pollution, and air, water, and land pollution, or also positively, you have a reduced impact. By doing good stuff, you have a reduced impact on the environment. And in that way, you get brownie points, so to speak. You're doing positive stuff. So when you see this picture, it's so helpful because right now, what do SME do? They just helter-skelter. Let's do this, let's do that. Whatever an employee has an idea, but does it fit the company need exactly? So what ISO ingeniously did, it built a system where you look at the picture of what the company is, what it does environmentally, what are its environmental impacts, and then you come up, so fitting the company itself, solutions. The solutions are, which we know, reduce, reuse, recycle, prevention of pollution, and suitable to the company, basically. And all of a sudden, you have a fit, and it's organically correct, and then the company puts this in place. It's actually the plan, do, check, act system that is known in manufacturing, but not only. So first you plan, you create that picture, then you basically do, and you put in place some stuff. They're called objectives. And after that, what you do is you check, you basically track what you're doing. It's a cycle on an annual basis. And you track, and we audit. So the added thing for certification, you can do that on your own.
Right.
But the other thing for certification is that we come in and we audit you. And we created it so strict, much more strict than other ways. So to make sure that, our certification is solid, 4 times a year. We do audits every 3, not once a year, not once 3 years.
Right.
So we are in close contact with our customers. Every 3 months, there's an audit. In between, we connect with our customers. So right now in Canada, there's a lot of benefits. Export Development Canada just put out yesterday $5 billion.
Wow.
So we let our customers know, hey, I'm sending you, this may be an opportunity for you. Shred might be an opportunity. And they're very grateful for this, that we are with them and we help them and we support them at all times.
Right.
So that's what is really making it very successful.
Oh, that's a very practical and efficient approach, Shirley. It seems you've truly addressed the common barriers that SMBs face. Now, many SMBs, they might perceive ISO certification as a complex and a very time-consuming process. Tell us, Shirley, how does GreenMark simplify the process and minimize the time and resources that are required to SMEs to achieve the ISO 14001 2015 certification? And what are the key differences between GreenMark's approach and that of traditional certification bodies?
So traditionally, it's very heavy paper and binders and a lot of doing work that it's not necessary.
Right.
ISO does not require that. It requires doing what it requires. And really, you can do it. What I say often is, it's in your hand. If you do these 5 things, which I mentioned, really, which is look at your activities, look at your aspects and impacts on the environment, create a few objectives, put them in place, make sure that you are doing the right tracking. Bring us in the picture to make sure that you're doing it right, and we see that you are serious, you are certified. There's nothing else. It's this simple formula. Now, because it's online and it's so easy to do, everything is there. There's no paperwork. There's a user dashboard where everything is documented there easily, not too much. There's also resources. Everything is there. You see it always. That brings the cost down dramatically.
Right.
It's laughably available and affordable. In the low 2000, SMEs can afford it. And the beautiful thing is that it usually pays for itself with the cost savings.
Right.
Because cost savings are the name of it. When you reduce, right, you repurpose. When you look at how you can find it, give it to somebody else, now circularity, all kinds. And as well, let's face it, AI and GPT, you can look, okay, what can I do? What can I do? Given all this wonderful picture that I have of my business, now I need to fit for it things to do. And we don't allow companies, that's where we come in, to do what's called greenwashing, to just say, okay, we're going to do the sky and the moon. Yes, do some objectives that are low-hanging fruit, turning off lights, right? You'd be surprised how many don't even do that. Or turn off computers, or simple things. And then you also go for a little bit more challenging things, which is relook at your operation a little bit. And the most interesting aspect, something called a feasibility study. It sounds fancy, but it's not. So a feasibility study is when you want to be a little bit more daring. You're not sure you have a solution, but you say, I'm going to invest 10 hours to find. And eventually, those 10 hours pay off dramatically, because in our experience, companies discover a different material that's cheaper, better, just in doing a little bit of research. That has happened many times. So just very beneficial to the business overall. All of a sudden, the business is empowered.
No, it's clear that GreenMark is removing the significant obstacles for SMBs that are seeking environmental certification, Shirley. Listeners, if you're a small to medium-sized business owner looking to gain a competitive edge while demonstrating your commitment to the environment, then ISO 14001 certification can unlock new opportunities. GreenMark Environmental Inc. specializes in making the certification process streamlined and affordable for you. Please visit GreenMark's website to discover how you can enhance your business's sustainability credentials. We'll be right back with insights on how GreenMark's online registry helps businesses showcase their environmental commitment and navigate market diversification. Please stay tuned to learn more about how the strategic benefits of environmental and certification for SMEs work.
Hey, you think you know UPS? Yeah, that's us. Everybody knows that. You know what you didn't know? This. Okay, try to keep up. Ocean, us. Ground, rail, air, so us. Guess who? Us. Customs cleared, borders cleared, done. Us. Still with me? Wait for it. Boom. Us. Intelligent, automated, fulfillment. Us. Yep. Healthcare too. Digital your thing? Yeah. Well, book it, ship it, track it. You feeling me yet? Yep, that's all us. That's all UPS.
At IHG Hotels and Resorts, we're in the business of you.
We're here to help you plug in,
connect, and recharge.
Make an impression,
and meet with confidence.
With 19 brands built for business,
your business gets even more rewarding.
With an award-winning loyalty program at 6,000 IHG hotels and resorts worldwide.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's explore how GreenMark certification and online registry support businesses in communicating their sustainability efforts and meeting the growing demand for eco-friendly practices in the market. GreenMark, it also offers an online registry for certified businesses. Can you explain what this GreenMark registry is and how it helps certified businesses showcase and then communicate their commitment to responsible environmental management?
So the registry is just another layer to create this confidence that this business is actually doing ISO 14001 responsibly and correctly and in compliance. So in addition to getting the certification itself for the system, as a company, there's this registry of the company itself. And what it creates is kind of a network of companies that are now ISO 14001 compliant, and they are SMEs, and these companies can show. It's really very valuable that you can say that you are on the registry.
Got it. No, that sounds like a very valuable tool for increasing transparency and building the credibility that SMEs really want. But now in a market where diversification is key, Shirley, demonstrating environmental responsibility can open new doors. How does GreenMark certification and online registry support businesses in navigating market diversification?
So market diversification is what's being talked about all the time. Mm-hmm. Now, when we built this, we had no idea how important ISO 14001 certification is going to be for small business.
Right.
Because a lot of small businesses sold to the US, and now we need to diversify to market. That's what you hear. And ISO 14001 is very popular elsewhere, all over the world. And when you have it, you really have this competitive advantage of being able to prove sustainability. You absolutely need sustainability credentials.
Right.
And that's how you get it. All of a sudden, we think that it's very important to let people know, hey, you have this tool, and you can get it fast, easy, online, very affordable, mm-hmm. and getting you where you want to go, because export in itself, so in Canada, we have a lot of support for exporting. We have EDC, we have BDC, we have the trade commissioners, all of the help out there that helps with finance, helps with going to markets. But for the sustainability piece, here we come. Mm-hmm. We have it. And we give you the global and Canadian standard. What more would you need to prove sustainability? There is nothing above it.
That is amazing. And GreenMark, there's no doubt, it is clearly providing a comprehensive and accessible solution for SMBs that are looking to embrace sustainability and environmental certifications. And surely this has been an amazing and very enlightening conversation indeed. As we wrap up, if you could leave our listeners with one key takeaway about the importance of environmental certification for them, what message would it be?
So we want to practice environmental sustainability for us, for our children, for our grandchildren, because as consumers and as people living on the planet, we want it to be really healthy and livable. But it also, the secret is, by doing this, we also help the business inside. It's not just altruistically. For SMEs, having this cost savings, reductions, and this outlook of no waste, and how do you do it? How do you identify really what you should be doing is very valuable. And that's what ISO 14001 does.
Amazing. Now, that's a very powerful message, Shirley. Again, thank you so much for being on the show with us, and thank you for sharing such great expertise and your insights with us today. Thank you for your time.
You're very welcome.
And that was an insightful conversation with Shirley Segev, the CEO of GreenMark Environmental Inc, on making ISO 14001 certification accessible and beneficial for Canadian SMBs. Thank you for tuning in to the podcast. We really appreciate your continued support. Please be sure to subscribe to our podcast for more expert insights and resources that can help your business thrive. You can also visit our website, CanadianSME.ca, for more valuable information and tools. A special thank you to our partners, RBC, UPS, IAG, and Google for their continued support. Until next time, please keep innovating and striving for success. We'll see you in the next episode.